Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your girl Lotus J, and we live at the Vibe, HighVibe Media and Marketing Group, and it's our Tuesday night show, the Black of the Berry. Yes, we know we're a little late, but y'all know what that weather sound like out there. I just had to check and make sure. I really wasn't checking to make sure. I just had to fix that because I didn't kill the sound. So yeah, that weather is beastie. Did y'all know? What?
Nothing. That's G.
I was turning my head.
What?
I looked over and I looked back.
You
and
look
talking
kind
about
of
what?
nice tonight for a Tuesday.
I know.
I like this.
Let me see.
Different color.
Oh, you folded that on
I
purpose.
think you be kind of fly a little
So
I
bit.
folded it because it's too long.
So we can see you got style.
I folded it because it was being right here.
All
I would
right.
have looked like Grady from Sanford and Son if I did.
Let me see. I am. What am I doing? Okay.
She
it's
talking
just
with her
fine.
little tied up hoodie and she's trying.
I said you look nice.
And Solar finally matching.
I said you look. What you talking about my tied up hoodie?
What do you mean?
You got a new
finally?
shirt on and she.
No, I
finally
don't.
matching.
This is the same shirt. Remember, this is the same shirt you told me. You was like, You remember?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I'm finna make you
You'll
remember.
tell me.
Hold
You'll
up.
make me
I'm
remember.
trying
Yes.
to. What do you mean
How did
finally?
why did the things go out? Oh,
What do you
power.
mean?
It went out.
What do you mean finally?
What did
You
you
don't
do?
usually match.
I match all the time.
Oh,
What did
that's
you
what
do?
you think.
Oh, you know what? I'm
That's
not.
what you think
I'm
of
not
high
old school
You just
matchy
engineering.
matchy. You're right.
Well, I'm
You're
saying
right.
because
What are you, new
the screen
school,
is
no
not the
matching?
three
Yeah,
inch
no,
more.
I'm new school.
Solar, you ain't new school.
Put colors together. You
You're
know,
not new school.
I got a little flag.
You ain't got no love and hip hop in you.
You show right. I
What's
show
that?
don't.
I don't know. I don't know what he just did.
Can you go back, nephew?
Yeah,
just leave it
leave
there. Now
it
go
just
to the
like
car.
that.
Can he go sleep?
go right.
Go right.
Go right, nephew. Go
We
right.
And make us a hit. Bring a hit. Bring a hit back.
You working on the hit? Okay, look, I can't come let you in, so
Hey,
prop
we
the
ain't
door.
got. Let's roll. We ain't
All
got
right,
all
we good.
night. Y'all
Come
really
on.
late. I've been
Okay,
sitting
look,
here
we got to
30
do a
minutes
quick
waiting on y'all.
look. No, you ain't. No, you have not.
He been sitting here what
He's
10
so
minutes.
extra.
No, I've been here. They ask America knows.
He been
America.
he been
Facebook
here.
knows how
He
long
been
I've been
here
You sound like Trump.
2 minutes, and that's fake news.
Yank, 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 yank,
On the
yank, yank.
news, on our
Right.
this is our news section.
Right.
So, okay, quick updates. Last week was off the chain at Brick House. It was just so lit. First of all, because we started off with my son's listening party. Big shout out to Zion Iman. Yay. Now, we don't have our banner on the wall because it's still at Brick House. So that was Wednesday. He did great. I want y'all to download him. He's on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, all of that. Zion Iman. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Where will we see that banner?
Where?
Where would you see it on the screen
So
right
don't
now?
nobody even know that it's missing,
You didn't,
do
they
it?
didn't even know.
It ain't missing.
It's right there.
Retract that. Cut the tape.
And you know what's so funny? Because I texted him earlier, and I was like, y'all know I get stuck when stuff is not right. And that's going to be a distraction to me all night long
Right.
that it's not up there. Because I feel like that's part of our look. But guess what? Can't nobody even see it. That's so
all
funny.
right. That's all right.
All right, so that was Wednesday. Thursday we did, we had the show Bring It to the Mic, and then we had a man's point of view. We had a great discussion. Friday we did King Charles came, and he had his birthday party and another live show during happy hour. It was packed the whole weekend. We just had a great weekend. So, oh, and Sunday we had this show. Oh, my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm still embarrassed. I looked at that video.
Why?
Did you look at the video?
No.
That's why you don't know why. Okay, look.
Knees were knocking, boy.
No, yes, they was. Look, I was so nervous because I had the model in this fashion
I
show,
said,
and
go
I'm not
turn
no
I
model.
said, go turn the music down. They said, that's Lotus knees.
You better stop.
I said, who is outside? Who is that trying to get in? They said, that's Lotus knees knocking up.
Mean to me.
Wait a minute. So, did you wear that dress?
Yes,
You
I was
modeled
from the
that
fashion
dress?
show.
That was cute.
We wouldn't have known.
Where's the video? You need to tag me in
But
it.
she held her pose too long. She walked up and then she did this. And then she just stopped. And I'm like, you can move now.
I didn't know what to do.
Move, Lotus, move.
Get out the way. No, but the worst part was me coming up because it was like a little stair. One little step, one step. Girl, do you know I look like I'm about 99 years old going down that one step? I told Jimmy,
It
I
was
said,
good, though.
but shout out to Jimmy
It was a
Couture.
good show.
Cause she did that, my dress and all of her models, but the whole event was off the chain.
It was nice.
I loved it. Whose event? It was called the Glam Jam.
Yeah, that
2.
was Ryan from. I think it's Salon 2010. Something.
Yeah, that was. I loved it. I loved that
And
event.
Tag
Jimmy
me in
Demas,
it.
my cousin.
You gonna laugh, but I don't care
I
because
want to
I
see
did.
I want to see the line.
The whole thing was off the
It was
chain.
like they were mixing it up, fashion, and then
Hair.
they would have a couple stylists, and then a bar.
Live cuts right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot. It was hot. So it was a good event.
But I did notice something about the cutting though.
What?
Most of it was already
Done.
and just tighten them up a little.
And they was just kind of.
But that one
a
dude,
bit on the
I
end.
forget his name, from Pleasant Grove. He
was really
putting the parts
cutting.
in. Yeah, he went to work.
Yeah, because it
But
takes
it was-
about
it was
20
nice, though.
minutes for a cut, don't it?
But see, they had 3 stages,
Mm-hmm.
so they had 3 going on at one time. It was hot. It was. I liked it. So big ups if y'all want to do it again. Holler at us. We would love for you to come back and do something else like that again.
That sounds nice.
So it was fun. This week, I think we kind of got a chill week.
First Friday buffet.
Nah,
and
back it up. We doing auditions tomorrow,
Yeah,
homie.
I forgot.
Auditions for what?
A woman's point of view.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So all you ladies that have been for the last
Don't
year.
you come either. Because you think like a man.
Do she,
No, I don't.
do she think like a man?
We're looking for women
That think like women.
that think like women.
Whatever.
So it's not
women,
like
women.
it's
What
not
boy say?
act like a lady, think like a man.
This is act like a lady, think like a lady, and get on this
Shoot.
show.
You one of those.
So they going head to head with the
Classic man.
classic men.
So
They're
it's
gonna be on stage. We're gonna be sitting right in front of them, and we're gonna be.
Just giving them the evil eye.
No, we're just gonna
just
talk.
it's like an
We
audition.
gonna
They got
see
an
who can just-
audition with them. And then they're gonna select. So we're doing. So ladies, all of y'all can come out because we're actually
Doing several
auditioning for
rounds.
several seasons because we're gonna do seasons. So if you don't get in the first season, that don't mean you won't get in the next. So come on out. It's gonna be
What
fun.
time? What time does audition start?
What time?
After Empire.
Okay, so we watching Empire at 7, and then the auditions is at 8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be kind of exciting. So y'all can come on out for that. And then on Thursday, we have Bring It to the Mic and then a man's point of view. And we're gonna be doing some things where we'll mix the two together and they kind of go head to
How do you
head.
know it's Bring It to the Mic?
I always say Bring It to the Mic.
And that's not what it is.
Well, what's the name of his whole production? I like this too. Look at you. What you?
That's what I thought you was talking
You
about.
look
at
like
first.
G from. No, you ain't quite a Friday. But this ain't no Tuesday G either.
It's not.
It's not.
Notice how you just jumped right out of what you talking about and grabbed my bracelet.
Cause it distracted me. I like it.
This is a motivational event Thursday. You're powerful.
You are your powerful.
Yeah,
Oh, that can be a little tongue twister. You are your powerful.
that's what it says.
Okay. So that's what's going on Thursday at 7, and then at 9 o'clock we have a man's point of view. So y'all come on out. This week's topic, we are talking about father and fatherless and the impacts that have on people in their adult life. So that should be a really good topic. And also we have HighVibe. All of that's HighVibe, but we also have Sports Rehab Thursday too, so you can check that out too. What else we got going on? Then Friday we got First Friday, which we do our First Friday feast, a different type of buffet, so y'all check us out. And then we have our basement party this Friday. Retro throwback party, basement style. No band, 2 DJs going head up. They ain't battling, but they gonna be, DJs is competitive anyway, so they gonna do their thing. So it's gonna be DJ Romeo and DJ K9. Right. All right. Did I miss anything?
Nope, you got through Friday.
Saturday? Can you do Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday we kicking it, and Sunday we're gonna kick it even harder. What's next?
I put in so much energy to these announcements. I really do. I be
I
almost
talked about
tired.
this before.
You're not doing
I
it.
stay in my lane.
That ain't it.
That's not my lane.
He said on Saturday we kicking it, and on Sunday
We're kicking it
we
harder.
kicking it harder.
That's
He
just.
just changed the Just put the
Okay, so
That's what we doing at Brick.
that's what we doing.
I mean, I don't know if I'm doing it, but
Well, come on.
We know.
No, surprise
you know
him.
what? I may, because I have some
She
different.
ain't never came unless it was a special event with 2 months invitations.
Stop.
Come Friday to the basement party. Come Friday.
You better stop playing me like that.
I'm just telling the truth. Say ouch.
Ouch.
Thank you.
So we got some other really great stuff coming up with us doing with our project, working with the African community. So I'm looking forward to that too. But we're gonna get into tonight's show. So can Salah go first? So I can take a
You
break.
want to go first?
I think we need to change that order because I'll be doing too much talking in the beginning and then have to do my segment. That's too much.
So, okay.
You
so
want first?
I can do my Black History fact.
Okay.
You know
hold on.
what? Usually,
You want to start talking, but you don't need your music?
I do need my music.
Alright.
Go ahead, DJ.
I know you ain't talking, but can you listen?
I promise.
DJ G.
Every day,
Got to get y'all in the mood.
every day.
Solo.
Love it.
You
Don't ask me no questions,
need
G.
to rock solo like Lotus
Okay.
is doing.
Hold on, I gotta go the
Come
right
on this way. Come on, G.
The men don't be rocking.
Yes, you do.
Some of them do.
Rock. Look, she don't look.
Hey, neither one of y'all been to church in
I'm
2
from Georgia.
years.
That's a lie. Yeah, that's a lie.
Shit,
Yeah, how long? Yeah, how
2
long?
years. It's been longer than that for you. You done had some stuff drop off your
It's
credit.
been
since
about
you been
30
in church.
years.
It don't count when I went to my brother's homegoing celebration. Do it.
No.
That don't count.
No.
Dang, I do need to at least go one time.
Did you go
When
to
the last
concert?
time you been? Why you talking about me?
The pot calling the kettle black.
Right.
Every day.
All
Trying
right.
to fill y'all soul up.
I
for
love
yourself.
Sister Mabel. What's her name?
Sister Mabel.
That's my grandma name, Mabel.
That's my grandma's name.
Really?
Yes.
Y'all might have the same grandma.
No,
My grandma do kind of look like her.
mine's is gone.
Mine ain't.
All right, come on,
Love
let's
you,
go.
Granny. All right, so usually, when I do a Black History fact, I try to do something positive and uplifting.
You do.
I really do, but
You
this
do
time.
since when?
What do you mean? I
Keep it
always
moving. Don't fall for that.
do. So, but
Don't fall for that distraction.
I ran across something. It was these twin albino brothers. They were called. Oh, what was their names? It just slipped my mind, just like that.
Don't let him. Don't even give him nothing to talk about.
I know.
Just
The
slipped my mind.
The Muse brothers. Have y'all ever heard of the Muse brothers?
Muse?
Yeah, M-U-S-E.
I have not.
Okay, so the Muse brothers were a set of albino twins, and they were kidnapped from their mother. They lived in like a very rural area of Virginia, and back in the late 1800s, extending up until like 1920s or 30s or something like that. But what happened was they were kidnapped and they were put in this freak show. You know how they used to do those like circus acts or whatever, and this is the mindset of people back then. People with disorders like mental, maybe like physical disorders, or people that just look abnormal to only white people. They would take these people and put them in like a circus act or some type of freak show and get paid for people to come and look at them. But anyhow, they were kidnapped, and they were about between the ages of about 11 and 13 when they were taken, and they just this was their life. Like,
What do you mean, being sideshow freaks?
yeah,
That's crazy.
this was their life.
I
And
got
their-
a question too. When you
No,
finish.
you wait.
I said when you finish.
Okay, their mother. Okay, so their
Might forget your
mother.
speech.
Be quiet. Their mother, she couldn't read or write.
Stand you.
She was illiterate, but she like really was trying to get help, like for people to help her find her children, and she couldn't find them. And it wasn't until about 24 years later she said that she had a dream. She had moved to like a bigger city in Virginia, and the circus was coming to that city, and it just so happened to be in an area that was like KKK type area. And so she said she had a dream and that her children were going to be at the circus. And so she went. and she was looking, really nice. She made her dress. She was looking real nice and dignified. And what happens is that the circus is like you go through, like each person go through the tent or something and ask questions, or just ooh and ah at whatever it is that they're looking at, right? And so her sons, apparently they played some kind of instrument, and they saw her and they immediately dropped their instruments and ran to her.
Aww.
Yeah, so that's what's beautiful about the story.
It's sad with a nice ending.
Well,
I know they docked they
not
paid,
so
didn't
much, not so much. No, they didn't get paid.
They were making them do it for free.
Yeah, they kidnapped them. This was back in the
Wow,
late
so that's
1800s.
like slavery. That's like
Exactly, it was. That's exactly what that's like. So here's what happened. So they went. So after they, the police came and everything, and after that, she was able to take her children home.
How old were they then?
Oh,
20-something?
this was like
Is it
24
stuck
years
on
later.
yours?
So,
because mine ain't moving.
so yeah, they was pretty much grown.
Just go
But
ahead and
here's
interrupt.
what happened.
I'm sorry. I need to make sure it ain't
When they
stuck.
went-
I'm sorry.
When they went home with their mother, the conditions at their mother's house was worse than the circus.
And
How?
they broke away and went
No,
back.
wait, almost. But their mother somehow found a very determined lawyer, a white lawyer, to sue.
What do you mean by conditions were worse at the
Like-
mother's house? That sounds like a movie, don't it? I'm
Does
sorry.
this sound like poor black people and rich white
Well,
people?
I'm just trying to. Well, she lived very poorly. Like, they didn't have running water. They had this one little spigot where the whole community had to use.
I just
this
know they
spigot.
came
Like,
home and pulled up in the front like,
and it was like, what the? Right.
Hey, where my kidnappers at?
I mean,
y'all come back and get us?
We sorry.
kind of, sort of, but their mom had got some money. Like, she sued the circus. Like, they were like the top circus company, I guess, in the region. So she sued them. They got some money back. However, their stepdad kind of gouged her for the money and bought a car and some dumb mess. And so they were poor again. So ultimately, what ended up happening is after a year, the twins went back into the circus. And they were paid this time because they went on their own terms. And they were paid, and they were sending money home to their mother.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good ending.
So it kind of ended good. Their names was George and Willie. George and Willie. Yeah, so it was just intriguing. And they looked like short guys, and they were kind of husky, and their hair was dreaded up, and they had very prominent features, but they were albino.
How, when was this?
In the late 1800s.
That's like a movie, though, for real. Like, I think that
Should
would be
be
a
a
good
movie.
movie.
Somebody probably
Yeah.
would do a movie on it. And you know what? I think one of the twins died. And I think Willie was the one that, I think like sometime in the 1960s or something like that. Like, it was very current. You know what I'm saying? So this is really not that, like, they lived for a long time.
Oh,
To be albino. They was already officially blind by the
that
time they
leads
got
to
grown.
my question.
What's your question?
And I don't know. I'm asking this. Do you think that is the albino situation? Is that how you can get light from dark? Do you think, or is it just something?
I don't understand that question.
Me either.
Like I guarantee the parents were black. Both of them were black.
Yeah, their
but
parents
the
were
kids
black.
come out white.
Yeah.
I think that I was going to look that up. Like
It's
how.
with the pigment in the skin.
Yeah.
I know. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
But, so say that again.
Is that like? Do you think that's like a shortcut to the overtime
Oh, like
recessive
the.
gene thing?
I
You
see
know
what
what
you're saying.
No, well, from my understanding and what I
Like
learned,
it would take generations for it to, you know what I'm saying, to get a white person out of a black.
Well,
I think.
Well, listen,
But is that like a
I don't
effective
know.
shortcut?
Process.
I don't know if albinoism is that,
Can
but
somebody out there answer that for
look,
us?
can you listen to my explanation? I mean,
Good.
dang.
I'm listening. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to teach you some supreme math,
Oh,
and
my
you over here
God.
interrupting me.
Is that part of
But
the
I-
Supreme Math?
Yes.
Oh,
Listen.
But I want to get
Dang.
the right answer too.
Okay, so according to the story, there's this mad black scientist named Yakub who were
Why you got to be a man? See,
because he was mad and he was black and he was a scientist.
that's somebody stereotyped him as a mad black.
Can you
scientist.
freaking listen?
Oh, well, hurry up.
So what happened was they said that what he did was he took the brown germ and he split it and split it and split it and split it and continued to split it, and he worked.
What's a brown germ?
It's like a I don't know how to explain that part. It's like this.
That's why you shouldn't be telling this story.
I don't know how to explain the brown germ.
Because that's important.
The brown germ is like a
Not a gene, a germ.
Well, that's what they called it.
I'm curious. Can somebody tell us?
Somebody else tell the story.
No, I just want to know what the brown
He
germ is.
challenging, ain't he?
He is.
I know.
You know how important that
He
is to the story.
That is very
the brown
real
germ. We're like,
information.
what is the brown germ?
Well, he didn't let like two dark skinned people mate, and
okay.
if a dark skinned baby was born, he would kill the baby, and so
It was
that
an
He was a
experiment.
brother doing that?
And
That's
so-
why he called the mad scientist.
yeah, that's how he grabbed, because what it said is that he grafted the white man out of the black man and created this whole new race.
So
I
they
know
saying
it's
he
the-
is the father of the white race.
Yeah, Yakub. Now I
Nah,
know
we
it.
ain't cool.
I know his name is
Oh,
Yakub.
I thought you saying, yeah, we cool. No, we ain't. Doing
Now I
that
know
stuff.
it sounds far fetched, but that's the story.
But okay,
We
so
need the key to this story is this brown germ.
but that's what Dr. Rogers told me. Kind of similar, not the way you
Really?
explained it, but that
I got a
it-
question for y'all
Okay.
in the conscious community.
There is no conscience. That's just critical thinking.
Because I saw you talking about that. I got a question for whoever. Okay, you got the books that white people wrote. Everybody wrote books. Blacks.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Which one is right?
Yeah, even the black books that are supposed to be truthful and correcting the white books. Who has verified those books? Because I've heard 10 different versions of
Or the same story?
how. Yeah. So are we just everybody's out there talking about the book they read is the right one, and that's the story we gonna?
I just think it depends on which ideology you follow, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that what I gave you was a different, you know what
We
I'm
got
saying?
comments coming in. Anybody reading?
I can't. That's why I was trying to tell
I'm
you.
trying to
when you
go
told
to
me I
read
was
the
being So
comments.
rude. What they say?
Were.
I didn't mean to do that.
I would like to know what somebody else think, because there's another theory that, I mean, they're just light because of the conditions that they
There's a lot of theories out
are
there.
in. Europe is cold.
What
and,
did the comments say, G?
I don't know.
You
and,
just said we got a lot of comments.
and they made it with
just can't
dogs.
see 'em.
Have y'all heard that? And that's how the
Oh,
race
God.
came about.
Oh,
Lotus,
here we
be
go.
Quiet.
Oh no, I don't think we have comments.
We so foolish.
We are. No, that's Daryl that's being bootleg.
He can't help it though.
I don't even see the dang on show.
Did you put it on your? It's on G page.
I'm looking at his ring.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm ready.
You ready, Lotus?
I'm ready. Bring my music.
Oh, this is it. Somebody needs to go do some research and help.
Oh Lord.
You want nobody talking to her little segment with her made up facts. Oh wait, that ain't yours.
See?
That's mine.
Oh, okay. So while he getting that music, I gotta tell y'all this. That's another announcement. I'm sorry, but I'm just so hyped about the pimps, the players ball.
Oh yeah.
We got the players ball
When?
coming up November 24th. It's
Th-
gonna be so live.
Does that mean I got to dress like a
I'm
Twenty-fifth.
hoe?
on the 25th.
It's the 25th. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
Does that
sorry.
mean I got to dress like a
Yes.
hoe?
Yes.
Come as you are.
I'm just gonna sit back and watch the show.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you got to say that louder into the mic.
I am kidding.
Dang.
Wow.
That
You know
was
you don't
disres-
dress like that.
That was
Just kidding.
disrespectful.
You know you never dress. You never.
You
dress
know what he
like that.
told me? Go find something in your closet. You guys don't care.
I mean, I'm saying every woman got something in their closet that exposes them too much. Just wear that.
Just wear that.
And all of you couples that's coming, the ladies. This is for the ladies. Make your man feel like a player that night.
What she got to do
Dress like
to
a
make
hoe.
him feel like a player?
Bring him the money.
Go to the bar, get his drinks. Go to the kitchen and get his food.
So that ain't really him.
Wear
her.
a mini skirt, some high heels, put some shades on him, and just rub on his back all night.
That's gonna
Don't
make him
rub
feel
on
like
my
a
back.
Make
pimp.
him feel like a player.
Is that a player or a pimp?
Same thing.
Is it for real?
Some people are players, some are pimps.
That is not the same thing. A player and a pimp is two different things.
And sometimes they the same.
You could have a player who's also a pimp.
If you
You
trifling.
could have a.
I know a couple of them.
If you're a pimp, you're automatically a player.
Yeah, if you're a pimp, you're a player. But if you player, you're not necessarily a
Not
pimp.
necessarily a pimp because you ain't getting your right
Right.
bread.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I can get with that.
Get with that?
Y'all must be some pimps.
It's gonna be live though, for
It's gonna
real.
be nice. So we're gonna have some real players in the house.
So what are you, a player or a pimp?
We're gonna have some real players in the house,
You must be a player.
and then we're gonna have some make believe.
You a pimp.
All of y'all squares who got the square type relationship, and that ain't a bad term. They just call it that.
Well, then don't use the term.
No, I'm
'cause
saying it's not bad if you in that life and you a pimp, and if anybody who ain't a pimp is a square. It ain't bad. It just means
you a
they
freaking.
not in the pimp game.
If you a square, that means you lame.
No. I just said it doesn't mean that.
I don't
it just
care
means you
about
not.
what you say universally.
Because Masons, we call each other square, and it ain't got nothing to do with lane. Trust me on that. You sure are belligerent tonight.
I still want to know
Why
which.
is she so belligerent
I
tonight?
still want to know which one are you.
We need her serum.
She's not. That conversation's not gonna happen on air.
Why would
He a
it?
player. He a player.
He a pimp.
If I gotta pick
For the show, for the
I'm a
party,
square. That's what I am.
for the party, he gonna be. What you gonna be for the party?
He a square.
I'm gonna be
A lame.
Moo Hefner.
Like Hugh Hefner.
Moo Hefner.
Like the.
So he gonna be a player.
I'm trying to get
for that
I'm
party.
trying to have at least 30 women to participate.
30 hoes. That's.
You're so rude.
So that night you gonna be a pimp.
They're gonna be associates.
Them ain't no dang on associates.
I'm
Okay,
gonna try
so-
to get
Not
30.
at the pimp and
Anybody
play.
want to sign up to be on?
His
Are
whole
we,
roster.
are
My
we gonna
team that
audition
night.
for that too?
We're having auditions
For his on his roster.
Thursday before a man's point of view.
Before a man's point of view, we having auditions in the bar area.
Yeah,
Not for real, y'all.
To be on the roster.
we're gonna have auditions. I'm gonna have auditions.
Like literally Thursday at 7:30.
the Bible says you have not because you asked.
Come on out and audition to be one of G's.
How you gonna quote the Bible in this
to
conversation?
be one of G's hoes for the night.
It say you have not because you asked not.
Hey, 30 slots need to be filled.
Right. We're gonna have 300 people.
And your girl can make the outfits,
Uh-oh.
but y'all gotta pay for your own outfit.
Uh-oh.
What kind of pimp? What?
That is.
That is pimp. That is
Anyway.
pimp.
Okay.
Anyway.
Or they gotta give him the
When we
money.
gonna ever get to the show,
Okay,
y'all,
yeah.
y'all clowning. We already started late.
This
Okay,
is
come on, let's go.
crazy.
Let's go.
We just having fun, y'all.
Let's go.
You didn't get no music today.
I don't want music. I want my music.
Oh, wow. That's excellent. And how many of you use Proverbs to think through the situations or events that you're going through in your daily lives? How many do that?
Lotus, no?
Oh, excellent.
So long? No?
Africa has had a long
That's the
love
proverb.
affair with Proverbs.
What?
I know what she's
And
talking about. She
in
sounds
fact,
familiar.
In Africa, we have so many proverbs. We have proverbs about
Proverbs
proverbs.
about the proverbs.
African
When
proverbs.
I'm sure you've heard the proverb that it takes a village to raise a
raise a-
child. Well, it also takes a lot of proverbs to raise a
It's
child.
a beautiful accent to me.
And the many
I want
people
my
who
phone
raised
to
me
talk like this. I'm
used
calling
proverbs,
Apple. I'm like, I want an
We
African.
want an
woman.
African. We want
encourage
Africans.
We sure
positive
do.
behavior.
I'm finna send him an email.
I did British because it was closest to African.
That's a beautiful accent. All right. Y'all ready? You got to
Yes.
guess who this is. Okay. It's a quote. My idea of philosophy is that if it is not relevant to human problems, if it does not tell us how we can go about eradicating some of the misery in this world, then it is not worth the name of philosophy. It's a little longer. I could keep reading because I think it's good, but I'll stop
I got
right
my
there.
answer. Go ahead, so long.
Then I'm going to finish it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull a G. I'm gonna say Barack Obama.
What you going to say?
KRS.
No. Wow, but that was a good guess.
Really?
This is Angela Davis.
Big hair answer.
I know who Angela Davis is.
Trying to tell you.
I know.
This Dr. Rogers sent this because I told him what the topic was, and he sent this quote. So let me finish it.
I saw a documentary on her.
Yeah, it was good.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
It takes a lot of guts to stand up nationally.
I mean, she actually went worldwide, to be honest. She really
They
did.
always try to shut you down,
Yep.
too.
Come
gonna
on.
find your
Finish
way.
reading the whole.
You want me to finish
I
it?
want to hear. How long is it?
It's not that long.
I want to hear the rest of it.
I'll just read I won't go back, but I'll read the rest of it. I think Socrates made a very profound statement when he asserted that the raisin, I don't even know how to say this, the tree of philosophy is to teach us proper living. In this day and age, proper living means liberation from the urgent problems of poverty, economic necessities, and an indoctrination and mental pressure. That's a bad quote, man. Y'all need to go and like his page because he sends so much knowledge. I'm going to put this on ours too. But his page is Knowledge is Power, Dr. Rogers. I put both of y'all in that group.
You know what? Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You know
That's when that
what?
dude was tripping in that group one day.
I would really like to take that quote and just like, I'm gonna have to come to your house one day so we can like break it down and just build on it piece by piece. Cause she said something about Socrates.
Yeah, that's a good quote. That's a heavy quote. And it's very
Wow.
appropriate for what's going on right now too.
Wow.
You got some pettiness?
This one is too.
You were involved in a controversy some months ago with your leader. Is that over?
Well, I've been silent for the past 90 days because of some statements I made concerning the President of the United States, which were distorted.
They were distorted.
And yes.
What did you say, Malcolm?
Well, I said the same thing that everybody says, that his assassination was the result of the climate of hate. Only I said the chickens came home to roost, and which means the same thing.
Got into business.
Climate of hate means that this is the result of
This is
something.
relevant.
And when I said chickens coming home to roost, chickens coming home to roost, I said the same thing.
But you did not say that you were glad the president was killed.
No, that's what the press said. What will I look like saying that I'm glad the president
Did he
was
just
killed?
curse?
Malcolm, this
He
is your
said that's
first
what the
public
press
statement in that
said.
90-day
But then he said, did he say what the
Time
I look
my mouth
like?
in 90 days. That's why I'm talking so fast and so hot.
You did.
That's just
That
in
was
your head.
That was the coming home to roost comment.
Where is that clip from?
It was an interview.
Oh, okay.
When we take a break,
Because
I
he had
wanna hear
said that, and then people started saying, "Oh, you saying it's kind of like the kneeling thing." You know how he protested police brutality, but people change it and say, "Nah, you disrespecting our flag and our country and our anthem." And it's the same thing they've been doing forever. Malcolm X said, "Chicken coming home to roost," like the product of hate.
Yep.
Sort of like
Yep.
what happened this weekend is this product of hate.
Y'all built this.
some
Y'all
sort-
built
Man.
this.
It's the product of some sort of hate.
Yeah.
You taking
Not-
us right
not
on
taking-
in.
Not taking away anything from the people who lost lives, because that ain't what it's about. But why would this man do something like that? And he's a millionaire.
Man.
Did he? I mean, why?
And that's the question that the media is trying to answer, like why. But
It's not making sense. I ain't said much of anything about it.
Me
but it's
either,
just
because I'm
like-
trying to figure it
It's
out.
just crazy.
And I don't even think we're going to get an answer to that. I really don't.
I mean, no, because he's dead, ain't he? So, well, here's my answer.
Well, I would think you would. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna get here's my answer. I think that when people say that the white man is the devil, because people say the white man is the devil, and that means that like it's ingrained in their DNA to be devilish, right? And when you look at history and you look at like how can somebody harm a
I'm
baby?
sorry. I got a quick question, okay? But I don't want you to lose your train of
It's
thought.
too late, because every time y'all interrupt
Dang.
me, I lose my train of thought.
I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
I
no,
ain't
what's your
gonna-
No,
question?
go ahead.
It's too late. What's your question?
I'm sorry.
What's
Go
your
ahead.
question?
No, because I was feeling what you were saying, but I feel like we like in the topic. You're not doing no
Well,
petty.
I can be petty, but it ain't gonna be funny.
That's all. Because I feel
Go ahead.
like
No.
we in it. So go
We
ahead.
in it. Let it go.
Okay.
Um,
It's
Are we
in
ever
their
gonna-
It's in their DNA.
Did you get that text about drug testing for the show? I texted you the other day.
You know what? If there was a test, you guys would fail.
I don't think so. I think we'll be looking for a third.
Especially you.
We'd be like, I don't do drugs. We'd be looking for a third.
I don't know.
Hey, the drugs is forever.
Anywho. Back to what I was saying. I was talking about just over history, like when you think about the song "Rockabye Baby on the Treetop," right? Or Hungry Mr. Alligator. You know those nursery rhymes? Like, all of those nursery rhymes come from the torture and torment that white folks have done to children. So I just can't imagine anybody harming an innocent baby or kidnapping a child and putting them on display, or, you know what I'm saying, and doing a lot of the cruel things that they have done to people, not just black people, but people across the globe. So no one has ever answered those questions. You know what I mean? Like, those questions no one has ever really figured out, like, oh, why, you know, did this happen? Why, how are humans are capable of doing, you know, such tragic things like this? Like, no one has ever answered those questions. So to me, I just feel like that's just a part of your DNA to be devilish, period. Because like, it's almost like you're soulless.
And that's why
S-O-L, soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're soulless.
And that's why I don't really fool with them like that. You know what I'm saying? And even like the story that you brought earlier during the history, that's really
Those
like
twins.
Yeah. Well,
The
and
Muse
then when
twins.
when we started talking about, like, almost like the making of a white person, that's like genetically altering.
But the black man did it.
Right.
So where did he get his DNA?
Right, but that doesn't mean
Killing babies. Now you kind of talking in circles right now, because you just gave a story
you right.
of a black man killing babies because they was black.
to
So I
create
was
a white
waiting.
person, to
I was
create
waiting.
the devil.
You
So
right.
where did he get his DNA? I personally think it's in everybody.
You think so?
It's
I
but
don't.
but I think I do. I don't think evil jumps races, just like I don't think goodness does. What I do think is if you got a system of evil, you can keep that going by teaching your kids, because ain't no kid gonna come out just with, you know what I'm saying? So I think in America that the country was taken in evil ways, and I think they just kept passing that on to their kids, teaching.
So
them,
they just
teaching
taught.
them.
That's taught behavior.
I don't think you're born with it.
You know what?
I think it's learned behavior. Because everybody comes out, you know, ain't nobody no more evil than the next
I don't
person.
know.
Some
to me, they
kids are,
capable of. White folks is capable of stuff no other race does. Like, they cause havoc across this globe. They do.
And
Taking over countries, and they want
But
people
that's
to.
what country is that most of the time?
America.
That's what we talking
No,
about.
But they came from
Y'all
somewhere.
talking about? I'm just saying, but we
No.
talking about Americans doing that.
But no, back
Most
it
of the
up.
other countries,
Back it up,
a lot of them
because
don't do that.
before America was America, there was Great Britain. That was the, you know what I'm saying? That was the powerhouse. There was Russia, you know what I'm saying, or the USSR. Like, you had these big European nations that fought other smaller, you know, fought China, Japan. You know what I mean? So
I heard what you're saying.
but these people are. I kind of understand where you're going, because when you said that you feel like it's kind of in everybody, I thought about the continent of Africa and
And it
how
happens.
there were tribes and
Yeah, certain kings that
and they were
beheading
warring.
people.
And they were warring. Then I thought about the natives, because
Think
natives.
about Rwanda and
Yeah,
you know, those,
the Tutsi and
situations,
the who? What is it? The Hutu? I can't
The
remember.
Hutu
But
and the Wat, something, I forget the name.
Watusi or
Watusi
So
is a dance.
my
isn't it?
point is, what I
came
think
from a
is,
tribe, I thought.
what I think
Let me
is,
be quiet. I'm already making
Americans
stuff
are more apt to do stuff like that, because
But they still white Americans.
I know, but still,
They lineages.
because they had the power and they didn't want to let go of what they had stolen. And
The power, which is the power.
yes, so
Okay.
I'm gonna keep. In order for me to keep this power, I got to keep this going.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, my son ain't gonna be born like this. I got to tell him that's a nigger. That's a this.
'Cause
The only
he
way
don't
you gonna
know
have
unless-
this country is you got to get rid of them, and they the reason is you got to be taught that.
I agree. I mean, it is a learned behavior,
But then you still can't figure out how can, but I think I see stories about black folks that I say, how could we don't even do where did
you know
where
what
this
us,
come from?
but you
Like,
know what us
But
black
those are
folks say.
isolated, though.
But no, you know what us black folks say when we see black folks doing stuff out of character. What
I
we
feel like
what-
white people.
they get that from them, right? I wonder, do they say that about us?
They can't, because we don't have that, and that's what my thing is. I
That's
don't
funny.
think that that's in everybody. I don't. I think and it might be something, and I don't know, it might be scientific, connected to the melanin in the skin, and the lack of may trigger some. I don't know,
because melanin is produced up here in your
so the lack. So the
So
lack
why it ain't
of,
happening in right now? Why it ain't happening in Great Britain, and why it ain't happening like it's why they don't have a South in those countries?
What do you mean a South? Oh,
you talk about that.
You mean like
that,
the equivalent
that
to
evil that lives in the
why
South?
Why they don't have like a South? I mean, it's everywhere, but I'm
they
saying
probably do. We don't live in Great Britain, so we don't
we
know.
We just don't hear those stories. We so
I don't
so,
think
much
it's like
garbage
that. It's
going
just a
on right
different.
here. We don't even know
The
what's going on.
environment is different.
Well, I don't.
I think Canada is probably the only place where they probably don't have any.
Canada's just the closest place for us.
No, I think the only. I'm saying as far as like a South, so to speak. I think Canada is probably the only place that accepts people for, who they are. I think. I think that there's something going on in Great Britain.
So to tie this into the current event, this shooting, what do you tie that into? Now I really see your point if it was a black concert and a white person just.
I don't know. That's what I don't know what to make of this. You know what? When I heard the news, I was just happy that it wasn't a black person. I ain't gonna lie.
But black people don't do stuff like that. Not like that. They don't.
But listen. But given the racial tensions in America right now, and because it was
I thought it was Asian because they plastering the Asian lady's face. So I'm thinking they were saying she was with.
That's crazy.
She was with the person who was killed. I'm thinking
they didn't plaster.
Oh, she was with an Asian
and
guy.
they didn't show his face right off the bat.
No,
did they?
that's why I just knew he was Asian.
Why did you say that you think that we are gonna find out what's behind all of that?
Because it was a white person killing white people.
Oh, they're gonna say that he had some kind of mental.
If something didn't, they already said that. But if it is something to it, they're gonna find out because it's white people killing white people. If it was
would
a
that
white
be
person,
white on white crime? Because we ain't heard that term yet, have you?
But we haven't.
You've heard it from us.
But
but they're never gonna say it.
But look at how the news is portraying them. It's almost like. Man,
where did he come from?
Yeah,
I can't believe this.
And they're putting his credentials in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
They're eulogizing him.
Yeah, so people are kind of indifferent. They don't know what to think. Because the media is making us feel indifferent, right? Yeah. But they're not like. Remember the guy in Dallas? The what did they call him? The sniper? Didn't they title him as something? The black guy who they showed his picture.
Police officers
that shot the. Remember that?
Yeah.
What did they title him as? Mm-hmm. Like he had a name,
Mm-hmm.
or he had a name, but it was a name like a.
But I've yet to hear them call him a terrorist.
Exactly.
Right.
Officially say.
Or a sniper, or like they.
No, it's long. Oh, he's deranged. No.
They're not giving him one of those negative attributes to make people.
They're not talking about.
They're just saying he was crazy.
They're not talking about no.
I'm waiting on Trump to call him a son of a bitch or something.
Oh no!
Like that's the best you can do. He was
evil.
Deranged.
He called him evil.
An evil.
He said that's
person.
pure evil.
Yeah, just like he is.
Exactly.
Pure evil.
Evil recognize evil, huh?
Just like the the DC sniper. Who would have ever thought it was?
Right.
We knew.
You called his name, DC Sniper. What is the man's name? You know what I'm saying? But they automatically labeled him. I know he was, but they automatically labeled him as the DC Sniper.
Well, no,
this is still brand new.
They were saying the DC Sniper before they caught him.
Because they were on the lookout for him.
They were looking for a white man.
But that's my point, though. No,
they were looking for a white man.
Were they?
Yes.
I think the nation was shocked when that came out. Because it was a black.
They said we're looking for a white man in a van, mid-30s,
and he had
40s
a child
or
with him, a teenager.
Yeah, his stepson had that boy. But anyway, so what do you think made him do it? Or what was this psychological gene or connection?
I don't know, because from what I read, I already told you what I thought. But anything other than that, I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm clueless with this. I really don't understand. But I have kind of withdrawn from it a little bit because sometimes I consume myself with that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's so much going on. And that kind of hurt my heart. It really did. Mm-hmm. And another thing that hurt my heart, and I know it's going to be people mad, but I really think that it's so inhumane when people act borderline happy about any kind of catastrophe like this.
Right.
Like, I don't care if it's black or white. You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
doesn't matter. People were killed.
people were killed,
Yeah.
and I don't like the jokes and that does something to me, because it's like, at the end of the day, somebody lost their son, their daughter, their mama, their father, their brother, their friend. Like, how do we celebrate anybody's
Death.
pain?
See, that's like that Americanism or something. It's like,
But it's a lot of
But I
black
think-
folks that's making jokes out of it because it's white.
I'm not gonna justify black folks saying stuff like that.
They just glad it ain't
But
somebody
I
black.
will say,
Right.
I do think I know where black folks are coming from. If you think about it, America has desensitized us,
And demonized us.
and they have desensitized us to feel sorry for them because of how they
And they
do
don't give
us,
a damn
and
about
it
what
seems like
goes on in
nobody
our
cares.
world.
Well-
We have to learn. Think about it.
It's learned
We have
behavior.
learned to be hard and towards them and
And that's why I say that I think that it is something different with white people, because black folks don't act like that. They don't. The nature of black folks are loving and concerned and forgiving. We still forgiving these people.
So, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Are you
Like,
saying the nature of us toward them? 'Cause
No,
I can take you a bunch
She's
of places
saying-
where the nature is I'm
no.
gonna kill you. I'm
Well,
gonna gun you down.
but
and
that's
your
because of the
family.
lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
but
make excuses.
no,
I'm
I just.
saying.
but that's not our nature, is what I'm saying.
So
like
at
that,
what point did our nature when we got over here? You think?
I think that not so much just when we got over here, but I think it's all the things that we have dealt with since we've been here that has hardened the hearts of black folks. But I don't think that's our nature.
Oh,
I
no.
do think that it is the nature of white people to
I
be
think
evil.
It's
I
colonization.
just do.
I think
I
it
really
started
do.
before that.
I think I cannot say that I would never say that is the nature of a whole people to be a certain way. I just can't bring
Okay,
myself to say that.
I hear you.
I mean, really, I just can't bring myself to say that, because just like you have,
You don't
just-
want to generalize people
because
like that.
think about it, you have just as many people on the other side fighting against this side. And recently you've seen that with all this Confederacy, and you have just as many white people fighting against Trump, the biggest
That's
protest
true.
ever in the history of the world against Trump.
That's
So
true.
you can't just say all white
So,
people are.
do you think that?
I would never say that. You can feel however you want.
I don't feel
would
like
never say
they
that.
all. No, I don't think that
'Cause I
they're
know
all
that's not
bad.
true.
I don't think that they're all bad, but I think that as a people,
as a collective group?
yes, they are. They're evil. Now that don't mean
If you say American people, I swear I'll lean towards thinking your way.
Let me
I
ask a
don't know enough
question.
about other
Do you
continents
think
to even give an
Because
opinion.
they ain't got this
you
history
know,
that America
you know,
has.
people? I don't even really like Arabs, people from Iraq, like those places. You know, those people. Do you think that they're evil, even though they kill and sacrifice themselves and recruit children to fight? Do you think that they're evil?
I
And
think
they do it in the
every
name of
culture,
Allah.
every race has some evilness
I believe that.
in it.
I
So
believe
you
that. I'm
can't-
talking about the
and-
nature,
and
but I
just
do
as
agree
many
with that.
on the other side are not like that. So how you gonna say you're born with it?
What about?
You gotta be made to be that way.
Now,
I think.
my
now
answer
America's
to-
different. I think.
My answer to your question is, I think, and I have to study that just to see, you know, like the foundation and where all of that comes from, because I do think that that's very different behavior to raise children. But what I do think that they're doing is fighting for what they believe in. To me, I'm gonna use the term Americans. White Americans are fighting for something that they stole. I think that other nations fight to keep something to be stolen from them.
Yeah.
To keep their history, their culture, their religion, their families, their beliefs
They keep
sacred.
that way of life. Yeah.
Exactly. Because you got these evil Americans trying to come in and steal their culture, the same thing that they did to Africans.
Yeah, I agree, but you know what? It's, on the flip side of that, it's almost like the Americans that's coming over there doing that, they're thinking it's almost like Captain Save 'em. Like, you know, what you're doing over here in this country is not right to women and children, and we want to turn you into a democracy. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel strongly about that idea being the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
They out of order.
But it's always a catch to when they're doing that. It's always some sort of
it's a way for them
political
to
motive
win.
behind it, or some sort of motive
And
behind
money.
it. Because you can't go over to another country trying to be the democracy of the police, the
But some
policing
people,
of democracy, and then you in your country you got black folks being gunned down, and you ain't doing nothing about
Right.
it. Cops walking away free. So that's
It's hypocritical.
yes,
Listen,
it is.
The only problem that I have with the Vegas sniper, I'm just gonna go ahead and give him a name because I forgot his real name. The only problem that I have with that whole story is the way that they titled it. They said this was like the biggest something in history.
Massacre in
in
modern
American
history.
In American history, did they say modern?
They
or
said
American?
modern. Well, I don't know. I mean, different newscasts gonna say different things. I heard modern.
What is
Maybe you
modern?
heard. I don't even know. Like, what is that time frame?
Like
mean?
current, like new America, I guess.
But what does that mean?
Or
What
Well,
does
yeah,
that start?
because some people were
Like
talking
post-
about
Post-slavery?
a
Yeah.
lot of the black massacres that happened.
yeah,
But I think they tried to twist it and say, the biggest
they trying to give it a time
single,
frame.
saying like the single,
One person.
yeah, the lone shooter type massacre.
That's what they calling him, the Lone Wolf.
Well, that's what
Was
they
that
call.
it?
That's what they
No,
call.
that's that show I watched today.
No,
You
but
told
that's
me to
what they
watch.
call. No, that's what they call
'Cause
white.
like the lone wolf is a cool name.
That's what they call white shooters when they're by themselves. The lone. They don't just say he's a terrorist. They'll never say he's a terrorist.
They're not
which
gonna
he
say
is.
that.
They just say he was a lone wolf. Like
Yeah.
he
So,
didn't have
but
a
that's what they
terrorist
called
group.
him. See, I only read.
I
They
don't
didn't
know.
call him the lone wolf. He's a lone wolf. He
Okay.
didn't have a network working with him. They saying
The
he's by
fact that
himself.
he's a lone wolf that means there's other lone woofers.
She didn't say woofers and woofers. Nope.
You see, I just checked out.
You heard that wrong.
You see, I just checked
heard
out.
Y'all did hear that right?
She didn't say woofers.
She didn't say that. She is a teacher.
Nope.
She is an
She
educator.
teaches our kids. She did
What?
not say that.
What I was trying to,
That was a blooper. Bloop.
I know, right? Can we edit that out? I was trying to make it plural. Like
I'll text you what it is.
there are others. You know what I mean?
Wolves.
Yes.
WOLVS. Wolves.
Wolves. There are other long wolves.
LONE. Long. Like by themselves. Not long wolves. They're not long.
I'm like, okay,
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but
Yeah,
you
but
know
we know
I'm-
what you're saying.
Y'all know what I'm saying, right?
Are you saying others with him or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying
the
to say.
Unabomber, Timothy McVeigh.
They
And
all have names, and people know
so
their
how
names.
so how's the wall gonna stop stuff like that?
The wall. Oh, the big wall that.
The
Trump-
wall that they're building right now.
That wall is so last year. It ain't even no
It ain't even
conversation.
been a
It's
year.
out. It's
We kind of forgot about that
It's
wall.
over. Like
And
that was just.
when he was preaching about the wall, I'm like, man,
It
you
is
worried
never
about
gonna
the
happen.
wall. We worried about what's already over
We
here.
worried about your crazy behind and the people
So-
who follow you. Shoot, I'm scared of them. I'm scared of them people.
And you know,
Right.
I
Not really scared of 'em,
I
but, you
really
know.
have to go ahead and say, no matter what color you're, if you are a person of, if you're white and you following Donald Trump, it's something psychologically
It's
wrong.
something
and
wrong
I
with you.
want to say you are racist, and I will go that far to say, as much as he's done,
Yeah.
you are a racist
It's
too.
so blatant.
But you just don't want him. Either you admitting it and you following him, or you're not admitting it. Either way, you're racist. Secondly,
He said before
I know.
you
About to
interrupt
start.
me.
I know.
secondly,
He like. Secondly,
if you are a person of color and you are following Donald Trump, you need to
ignorant
just
as
walk
hell.
off a cliff. Like, for real. That's how idiotic you are.
what's that sister that gospel singer? She's being ousted because she voted for Trump.
Well, she
Mary.
should
Mm-hmm. One
be.
of them.
One of them, yeah, they should be.
I'm done.
crazy.
And I don't care what nobody says. We have never witnessed anything like this in the history of
Okay,
the world.
I'm gonna say this again because I've said this so many times, and people battle. I think we even posted it as a question one time. Y'all still don't think that this is okay? I know that I have a problem with smelling the roses all the time and seeing the blue lining. Y'all don't think this is a good thing? No.
You talking about Trump being in the
Heck
presidency?
yeah.
I can see it on
It's
both.
shaking up. It's shaking up because, in all honesty, this racial issue, this racial conversation, we have never had as much conversation and dialogue about what is really going on and people being upfront about what's going on in America, specifically towards black people before this. Never.
I
Black
agree.
and white people. And that's why when I said,
Well, is it? But you think
we just
Lotus,
got to go through.
But are you thinking in a certain era?
What do you
Because because what you basically saying, you comparing this to like even slavery time. Because you think Donald Trump being president would bring us together even more than us being enslaved?
No, but what I do
Yes.
think is,
So
but
are
what
you
I
saying-
no,
No.
but what I do think, no, for me, no. However, what I do think is, it's shaking the bushes, and it is causing, it's causing America to stop being in denial of what is going on. You cannot deny what you're seeing right now. When you have a president who calls people walking with torches, making
Good people.
chants about killing people and getting rid of people, murdering, and he says that there's some good people in that group
And some son of a bitches for kneeling.
for kneeling and protesting, which is
Silently.
what your very first amendment right is. And the silent protest, and they sons of bitches, but these people are good people. And this same president,
He's saying I'm a racist, I'm a bigot, I got y'all
exactly, and this same,
back. That's why
this-
you're an idiot if you are somebody of color today.
but you cannot deny it. There is no more denying what we are dealing with. So in my opinion, if we would have got anybody else in office, we would be dealing with the same stuff the next 8 years and the 8 after that and the 8 after that.
I
And
think-
now we are in a situation
I
where
agree
we
with you.
have to deal with it.
I agree
You
with
know what? And I
It's going to be a
understand-
lot of bloodshed. It is. It's going to be a
kinda
lot
like
of
the '60s, right? Like
it's
the
going to be a
whole-
lot of bloodshed.
But I see where you're coming from, and I thought about that too. I said, you know what? Because even our babies are experiencing, you know, the ones that care, like the high schoolers. They are looking at the TV. They are hearing, you know, the conversations in their households.
Very much involved.
They're participating, you know, in marches. They're speaking out, you know, on social media. Like, this is waking people up. So if it's not like us, like our age and up, if we're not going to do anything about it, or if we have exhausted all of our resources and the things that we're going to do, they're going to take up the reins.
And so
And I want to give a little plug to my I have a goddaughter. Her name is Arkia, and she lives in Florida, and she stood up for justice recently and was put in the paper. That's what made me think about it. Like, she's a junior, I believe. I haven't seen her in so long, but she's a junior, and she's, you know what I'm saying, she's standing up against injustice, period. Now, she has friends of different races, so it has nothing to, you know,
Exactly.
she's not like pro-black, but she sees an injustice and she's speaking out against it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so that's affecting all of our children, and that's the change that I see that you're talking about right there.
Did you
And
hear what he said in Puerto Rico today?
I didn't hear today, no.
I heard a little
He
bit of
basically,
I know
saw
last week he
I
was
saw the
talking to- he
speech,
was
and he basically said
Attacking them.
because I think the mayor was saying people are dying over there.
Yeah,
So
I saw that.
he was saying, he got over and he said, well, how many people died? I'm paraphrasing. Oh, like 16? Oh, well, yeah, I thought you guys were talking, you know, something like Katrina, you know. He was basically saying
He
this
said that?
Yes.
He's
He said-
paraphrasing though,
he-
but yes.
No, but he did say that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
He
my
was
God.
basically
Oh my
saying,
God.
I thought you guys would.
In other words,
I-
it ain't no
I
big
thought this
deal.
was a big deal. This ain't a big deal.
Oh my
But what
God.
the mayor was saying was, we don't have, like, people are dying, not dead. No, we don't have. She's
Yeah.
saying, like, as we speak, people are dying because we don't have food. We don't have electricity
They
for
have-
a while.
yeah.
We don't have medical supplies like we should. She's actually saying, and people are dying, and as we speak. And he got over there, and it was like,
Oh, this ain't no big deal.
yes, he was literally saying.
I heard him a little bit, but then what I heard him say was,
He said, and you people got our budget all jacked up.
See? That kind of stuff. He
Really?
don't
Yes,
give a
he said
dang
that.
on. But
That's
you
why
know
I made
why?
my post today.
Those are not, number one,
They're
he don't
people of
care
color.
about. And
You
they're poor.
he said
'Cause he don't
you
even care.
people.
He don't
done
even care about.
I think he said he either said Puerto Rico or this situation got our budget out of whack.
And that's all.
And you can hear the speech. He said it.
The part I heard, I just heard him really just, saying that they went over there, they helped Puerto Rico because people are like, what the president gonna do? What the president? And that's what I heard him saying. Like,
he only
we
went
over
because
there,
he
we
got
helped Puerto
because
Rico.
he was talking about kneeling when Puerto Rico was being hit.
He was talking about something that was insignificant when you have people.
He only went for show.
He only went to hush the American people up.
He had to.
Well, he didn't.
But
because he went over there. Whenever he's not reading the teleprompter, you can get ready for some ignorance.
He's gonna say what he really feels.
Yeah.
And he dissed the governor?
The mayor.
He dissed her like on Twitter and all that.
That's because she came out and said we're bankrupt
We're over here
because of you.
He said she said, Mr. President, these people who are Americans are dying and we need your help. And he, of course, being the man who he is, cannot take responsibility for anything, so he has to make it somebody else's fault all the time. So his response is, well, Puerto Rico was in bad shape before this storm because y'all owe a whole bunch of money. You in debt, so we don't have no money to help y'all because you're already in debt. That's pretty much the essence of what he was saying. So,
but what did she say?
My thing,
she said,
she went in.
You left $3 or $4 million, or it might have been 33, or it might have been 33 or something.
Yeah.
Because he came over there and got money from Puerto Rico to build golf courses, and then filed bankruptcy, and left them holding the bill.
Wow,
I didn't know that.
So that's why she said what she said.
But if it's not, and with a lot of his supporters are about to really find out.
They don't care, Lotus.
I know, but it is, if you are not white, he don't care if you poor, he don't like you. He don't like poor white folks no more than he like black folks. He don't. The only people he is concerned with, now he uses them, but he don't care about them. Right. And the reason I say that is because even the health and the health thing that they were trying to pass, and the tax, that's not going.
Yeah, that's
it's
a lot
going
of
to
white
kill
people
them.
Going to be affected.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what?
The poor white people.
Poor white people.
But I mean, aside from that, okay, Puerto Rico is in a situation right now, a horrible situation that no attention is being brought to that. But then, what about what's happening in Japan? And all of this stuff that he's stirring up in Japan. Like, no one is focusing on that.
What's happening in Japan?
Like, we're about to go to war with them. North Korea. North Korea. Okay, North Korea. He's sending out a threatening.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
No, I'm saying.
I know,
Trump
but it's happening.
did.
Yeah,
you're not gonna keep punking North Korea.
And back to your point this is North Korea and can't do nothing.
I don't know.
They can do a little damage and then they'll be.
Why you say they can't?
They don't have enough to match up with the USA. They can't. They would make one strike and then their whole country.
And
would
I
be
think
obliterated.
a lot of people are thinking like you.
No, I'm just saying they don't have the firepower that United States has. So if he did, he could do some damage.
So that's why people are not really focusing on that right now.
I mean,
I don't know why, but
look at all the stuff that's going on. Like, it's havoc. He is causing havoc everywhere.
Back to what Lotus was saying. This is where I agree with her. I think black folks, we were fighting, we were together, marching back in the 50s and 60s. We got our right to vote. We felt like, hey, we can vote now, and we got
integration.
I think we got comfortable
with integration.
Just like black people now, we get comfortable because we got a decent job now. I got a degree, I got a little money.
I can live
and then
here.
we forget the others.
Yep.
We forget the other blacks who ain't doing so well, and we get so caught up that we start separating ourselves from our.
Now we're dealing with classism.
Yeah. So then, now Trump comes along, and I think everybody's saying, you know what, it's time to.
Right.
We got to join back together.
Right.
Just because we got a degree and a good job.
Exactly.
Really doesn't mean nothing because they still don't care. They still think we are niggers. So.
Right.
So I think she's saying
it's
they
like
woke
that
us
clip.
up.
It's like that clip from Hidden Colors. I think it's 3. Remember that little clip in there? Did you see 3 yet?
I won't see them.
Okay, well you got to catch up
because she can't
Hidden
even talk
Colors
to you about 3.
is the business. Matter of fact, we need to do a show on it. Maybe we'll do a show on 1 and talk about that since you've seen that, and then later on down the line we'll talk about the other ones.
You think what's his name? The guy that does Hidden Colors. You think
It's a
he'll
bunch
come?
of 'em.
Dr. Umar. You think he'll come?
Anyway,
We
you
can
being
try.
messy.
That can be your assignment. Get Dr. Umar.
Get him on the show.
So as far as
He'll take over.
but you're right. I think
That's
it's
what I'm talking about.
woke
Like
us
I
up.
think it's shaking the bushes and
Yeah.
it's causing
And I
us.
think it's shaking the bushes for a lot of people.
For
So,
yeah, on a
especially
lot
it
of
should be
different
for
levels.
us.
But I don't know. I just think that I think that everything that is going on right now, I think that we need to try to pay attention. I mean, the minor stuff, no, but I think we need to pay attention and keep our eyes and ears open on everything that's going on.
What's minor though? Because all this crap is major to me.
I mean,
It's literally like, to me, it's like day by day, like what is gonna happen
What's
next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even like you said with the whole
A lot
North
of people
Korea.
say sign of the times. What do y'all think about that? So,
I don't have a thought about that.
I can see it in a sense. I can see it in a sense, but more so the weather stuff, not this stuff, because I think this stuff has always been there. It's just raised to the surface. But the weather stuff, now a lot of people say that that's controlled too. The
like
weather.
manipulating weather now.
I don't.
What good is it? What good would it do to manipulate weather?
I can't answer that.
I didn't never
I have
understood.
no idea.
Because
But
you don't know,
people-
once you manipulate it, you don't know what it's gonna do.
But people been talking about the sign of the times ever since I've been born. Like, so I have no thoughts on
Yeah.
that. Like,
I
every
agree.
time
I agree.
some new catastrophe, like something happens, it's always,
But
the end of the
you
world
know
is
what I
coming.
think is different now, though. When, like, they used to talk about it when, everybody was young, but it's like this stuff is happening like
Back
it's
to back now.
overlapping. It's almost
The weather concerns me more than anything.
it's almost overlapping. Like I think when you just like now, you just can't really like stuff like women. You're erasing gender lines.
All of that.
That sort of stuff.
All
where-
of that.
But the world is evolving. I think
But that don't mean it's good though.
I'm
so
not
far.
saying that it's good. I'm just saying that things evolve. Like, I think when the weather changes like that, the land is like renewing itself. Like, that's how
But
things.
what
That's
they
how
got to
new
do-
things
okay,
come about.
Move away from the weather. What about what man is doing? How do you think that? You think that's just the same? It's always been the same. If
What
you
do
don't
you
think
mean?
about the weather,
What do you mean? What
like
man
she
is
says,
doing?
it's the weather.
The
Like,
weather
the
concerns
weather-
me more than
But what do you mean? What man is doing? Like what?
Like, there are no men and women. Everybody can just be what they want to be, and all of these child molestations and murder and suicide and drug over. I mean, what do you think about that part of it? The part that man controls.
Women at one point couldn't own property. You know what I'm saying? And now I just think that things just change. Like, now we own property.
That ain't got nothing
I'm
to
gonna
do
tell
with
Yeah,
you.
it
I'm gonna
do.
tell you what.
But owning property ain't a bad thing. I'm
I'm
talking about.
not
the
saying that
things
it's a bad thing. I'm just using it as an example. Like,
She's saying
things,
evolution.
things change. Period. Like,
We're not
women,
talking about women
no,
being able to
no.
own
Okay,
property.
so women used to have to live up to the standard of like piety, right? Like being religious. They couldn't dress a certain way, but that has evolved. I think just with the gender thing, like, I do think that the lines on gender will be blurred. I think that we're gonna be in a space to where
Anything goes.
Yeah, like we
And
can't
it's
really
accepted and it's
really
normal.
tell.
Yeah.
But I also think that it may flip too. I think that over time that'll change too. I just
Change
think
to what?
Change back to the way it is now.
Where
yeah,
it's supposed to be.
yeah, I do.
I don't. I think
I
the
don't.
I
further
do.
we get away,
I think
it's more
I think it's
accepted. And
history.
then I think that once that happens, you get children that grow up thinking that this is normal. Like, to me,
It's already happening.
everything it is evolution. However, I think when we cross lines, I think it's very hard to go back.
Who understands the story of Sodom and Gomorrah? What is that story? Because
The story of
It was like there's Sodom and Gomorrah. They
Anything
just became
was going
a very
on.
Wicked, they were molesting each
Okay.
other. They were gays.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
Men sleeping with men and stuff like that.
okay, so do you think that really happened?
I don't know. The Bible says it happened.
Okay, so if we just
So if,
if
you
we're
believe in
gonna
the Bible, you
Okay,
yeah.
so we're gonna just say it happened because the Bible says it happened, and pretty
Okay.
much universally everybody pretty much universally,
Gotcha.
right?
Uh-huh.
So if that happened, like we don't have like over time, like we didn't have that. We don't have Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Who doesn't?
I mean, now we probably
Yes, we do.
No,
We
now
do
now, but I'm saying before that. Like at some point there was a stretch where it wasn't any of that. Like I didn't grow up, seeing men together. Like
But
I've
the
never
difference
seen that
in what
together.
you're saying is that was an isolated place. This is like what's going on and being accepted almost worldwide. Definitely America to me.
I don't know if that was isolated. I mean, I know that that's a
Well, if you're talking about the story in the Bible,
Yeah.
it was because that specific Sodom and Gomorrah were two cities.
The world wasn't
so
in
it wasn't the
because
world.
of
It
that.
were those two cities. It would be equivalent to like Vegas or
Atlanta.
It's not you.
Oh, I hate y'all said Atlanta. but-
Well, that's
No, I'm
just
just
what
saying
that
that's
is,
where the
though.
biggest
That's
population
just what that is. That's the biggest, and I'm not, saying anything. It's. I'm just talking about the history of it,
I
and
understand.
so that's an isolated place. So when it spreads the way that it is now, to me, America has no boundaries at all anymore. Like, at all.
Right.
That is the only way that man even got into office, because the powers that be is anything goes, because they don't care. If they can make money off of it, let it happen. So really, a lot of things that I think that were just dropped as just fads is starting to take root. You know what I'm saying? Because fads increase sales on a lot of stuff. It creates money. It creates wealth because people buy into it. But now it's like we see a shift in lifestyles and
Ain't great.
huh?
No.
And I think America should.
I-
You know how people say, man, we should feel bad for him being the president. I think it's way past feeling bad. I think America needs to repent for this fool being.
For a lot of stuff,
But
though.
I'm saying, yeah,
this
I know
is
for a lot of
payback.
stuff. I get it, but
I
I'm
just-
saying this man is the highest man in the free world, and he is as evil. He did everything he could to not get elected, but all he had to do was say, we're gonna make America great again, and we don't like immigrants and Muslims, and people don't, racist people
They don't care.
do not care what else you do if you say, oh, make us great, make us white again.
So we finna
You
take
know,
our
we
country back.
That's it. That's all
Do
you gotta
whatever
say.
you gotta
It
do.
don't
Yeah,
matter. You
that
can
was
grab
code
all of
for
the
make
vagina
America
and
white again.
whatever
Yeah.
you want to do. It don't matter. You said what we need to hear.
But I think that things always get like really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets good. And I just don't think that I think that we're gonna probably, sink a little deeper. But I think in the end, like I think we're gonna come out.
I do too.
Back on top.
I do
We ain't
too, but
never
I think
coming back on top.
I don't
I
think
don't
that we're
feel
ever.
it.
I think our reign is over.
There's hope.
But if you look at history,
America is not going to be on top forever. You just can't.
it's history though. Great Britain fell.
Right.
The
Roman Empire
all that,
fell.
because it's
It's
not
America's
righteous.
time.
America's not a righteous.
And the Roman Empire was living the same
Exactly.
lifestyle,
Exactly.
and they didn't bounce back. They didn't bounce back. They just didn't. They didn't. This is just where we are, and
So you don't think
But
we're gonna
there-
bounce back?
there are a lot
Well,
of-
I'm not talking about America as a whole. I'm
What are you
more
talking
so
about?
talking about a people. I'm more so focused
Black
on
folks?
yes, like the.
Oh,
us.
I think that this is going to cause us to rise again as black people. I do believe that the reign of white folks is going to come to an end, because what I believe,
I would like to believe it's the reign of.
terror.
No, I would like to say it's the
There's-
reign of
that ain't gonna ever go away.
immoral white people. And I've always said, this is a battle because I see so many people against him. It's a battle of good and evil,
I agree with
and
that.
it crosses racial lines.
It does, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think that their reign is over as being the superior being in the world. Now, I'm not saying like I don't want all of them to suffer. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think that the world is going to shift, and there are too many other power sources that are non-white that I think are going to start to come together, because at the end of the day, that is the common denominator. It just is.
See, I don't even know how they think the way they think, because for me,
Who is it that you're talking about?
I'm talking about the racists and the bigots who are just trying to protect their heritage by any means necessary. I don't understand that. For me, it wouldn't matter. Just live your life righteously, and whatever happens, happens.
That's
you know?
how I feel.
So
You just
who cares
you
that
desire to
your
live a
son
righteous life.
was with a white person? The only reason it matters to us is because we know how white people feel about us. If we weren't in America, we wouldn't care as much. We care because we know what they've done to us.
And it's almost like,
and that's why it bothers us.
But
because
we're
of them.
reminded. We're
Lotus,
reminded.
if you were in another country, that wouldn't bother you because
I'm with G on that
culture
one.
ain't the same.
I'm with G on that one because I believe
this culture that's causing how we feel.
I just think that in America, between white and black, we are always reminded of our position in America. Like every single day.
You always subhuman to them.
Yeah, there's always
As on a whole, not everybody.
Yes, and because they don't understand, you know what I'm saying, our line of thinking. They don't understand why we tripping and, you know, why we say
They feel like they really think we need to get over it.
And they actually feel like we are the ones that are being racist when we have stuff like Black Lives Matter and, you know, these institutions
Only
that are
racist,
geared
that's why
for
I say
black folks.
people need to stop arguing with racists.
But
it's not going to do any good.
Ever.
Leave them alone. Let them do it. Just know what you're up against and do what you need to do to fight against it. You can't.
I think you're
let
right
me
about
convince
them
you
other
that,
countries.
you know, blah, 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 blah. No, you're not going to convince them. So just leave them be and know what they're capable of and do what you need to do
I
to
don't
survive.
know, because I forgot the man's name, but there's a man that convinced like former KKK members to retire their clan.
Oh, you gonna get
What
some.
that mean?
You know
What
what
that
I'm
mean?
Because
They
you
gonna
said
put the
you
stuff
can't-
in the trunk?
You saying rehabilitate? Some can be
Yes.
rehabilitated.
Yeah, but
Well,
I'm not fixing to waste
no,
my
no,
time
no.
trying to.
No.
I
That's not
don't.
what you're
I
saying.
really don't want to say they can be rehabilitated. I don't want to really jump on that
Okay.
bandwagon, but I do think that you can kind of help people to see your
Some
point of
people,
view.
but yes, but we waste too much time trying to get them to see our point of view.
So what we need to do? Because we
We
can't
need
can't
to-
forget about it.
I didn't say forget about
You-
it. I
you
say
s-
stop wasting your time trying to convince a racist that, oh, we're good and we're okay and you shouldn't be like that.
Okay,
No,
well then what we do
forget them.
if we don't?
you do what you need to do together to get to where you need to go.
I think that we spend way too much energy hating white folks. And
Wasted time.
It's wasted time. And it's wasted that same energy that I use. And I know because I've been guilty of it. That same time that I've spent, you know, who cares? Whatever. Do you? Because y'all not finna change. For the most part, that's what that is. So let me spend that energy that I was putting over there, hating you and talking all of that. Let me put that on how I can help my people to heal and move forward, and what can we do together.
That's
like
right.
I'm not even fooling with y'all. That ain't y'all. You not even my concern. I was really stuck when I was in corporate America because I did all the right things in order to not be in the situation that I was in. I did all the right things. Went to school, did all of the, you know, networking events and the extra and volunteering on this and that, and they were never going to promote me. That's just what that is. So when I stopped being angry about that and said, okay, let me use the same skill set that I developed in corporate America and really take it serious as I took it, trying to impress them white people, to make them like me enough to advance me. And although I had it coming, I had the credentials, the time frame, all that stuff on the job, but they wasn't gonna do nothing with that. So I said, okay, let me use that and put it into my own community, and on purpose. And don't half step just because now I'm working with a black organization. That don't mean that I don't have to work as hard as I did when I was working for the white man. I'm not gonna live. Why would I give more to them than I do to my own people? So I have a genuine desire to see. Well, I'm employed at Brick House, so to me, why would I give Bank of America or Chase Bank, because that's where I used to work, more time, energy, commitment, discipline, all of that than I do coming to work for my own people? And if we shift our minds and say, I'm not living according to that, I need to be, but you know what that is? A desire to be a righteous person. So whatever it is that you do, you do it because that's who you are.
I agree.
And I think that's where we miss it.
Because I kind of move around whenever I'm kind of in circles where it's like a whole bunch of hate.
I don't
and
want
it's
that no more.
It's actually draining.
It's draining.
It is, and I definitely move around because at the end of the day, like at some point in your life, you're probably gonna go to the store. You know what I'm saying, to Walmart, because you can't act like you don't go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying, or go somewhere where you're gonna encounter white people. I do all the time.
Court,
right.
Tickets, bills.
But so it's not like I don't even think about the race like that. So I guess
I just deal with people on the level they deal with me.
Like for me, I'm involved just enough to be reminded of what I'm dealing with, but not so much to where I build
consumed.
To where the hate is just
and racist people have groupthink. And it can change.
They have what?
Groupthink. They suffer from groupthink. For example.
What's a groupthink?
For example, Tiger Woods was the greatest thing ever when it comes to golf. He's minority. And people were like, well, Tiger's cool. Yeah, Tiger's cool. Yeah, go Tiger.
We like Tiger.
We like Tiger. But then when something happened,
we don't like Tiger.
Somebody said, let's not. I don't think we're gonna like Tiger. We're not gonna like Tiger. Let's not like Tiger. Oh yeah, we don't like Tiger. Screw Tiger.
Oh, okay.
And now with the football players, these same players that people have been loving, they do what they need to do. They entertain us. They stand for the flag. They put their hand over the heart.
Now they sons of bitches.
Everything is cool. But somebody said he's disrespecting our flag.
It ain't really have nothing to do with the flag.
Yeah,
right.
So it's okay to not like.
So we're not gonna like them anymore.
Yes. Because it happened this weekend again when the Ravens kneeled. They did the same thing the Cowboys did. They kneeled before the anthem, but before they can even get up, before the anthem started, the whole crowd booed them.
Wow.
Like, you still don't have the right to kneel in this country. We don't. We have enough of us have come out to say we don't like you Negroes being out of line. That we can stand up,
get back in your place,
and we can boo together.
Did they get up and lead the game?
No, they got up before the anthem.
No, I'm talking about the crowd that booed.
No, they wasn't gonna do that.
But I'm saying they
just wanted their voice to be heard. They didn't like that.
They did that and they stood before the anthem. So they were still doing what they were supposed to do, but the people just went crazy before they even realized what they were doing.
And to me,
like
even that's the trickery. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole conversation has shifted from police brutality, which is what the original situation was that caused him to kneel in the first place. We ain't even talking about that no more, because now we talking about the flag. We talking about the dang on flag and the soldiers. And ain't nobody disrespecting the flag and the soldiers.
For me, I could care less if you knelt during the anthem. Who cares? Let if the whole organization wants to kneel during the anthem, let them express themselves.
That is the First Amendment.
Why you gotta be pointing your finger at somebody who's kneeling in peaceful protest and then everything?
But you got these torch carrying people, and those are some good people.
Yeah, those are some good individuals.
There's some good individuals over there.
Right.
And then you got a man who just gunned down, 400 or 500 people.
And kneeling is kind of like bowing, you know.
Whatever it is, if it's not on their agenda,
you're right.
You don't have the right to select when you think a protest is good or when it's not. If it's peaceful, it needs to be that. You say, hey, man, I respect them for doing that for whatever reason, and you keep it moving. I don't know why it got to turn into hate.
We as a people are just pretty much kind of heartless. We kind of lost our way. Like, there's you can't smile at somebody to make their day, give a nice comment. Like, a friend of mine posted a picture of a baby, and no, it was on Instagram. It was like Black fathers or something, like celebrating Black fathers, but it was a picture of the baby and the father, and the baby looked just like the father, and the father didn't look that handsome, but the baby had the gray hair, just like the father. And people got on there and just started bashing the child. Like, oh, that's an ugly ass baby.
That's so evil.
You know what I'm saying?
I
but
just don't have no understanding.
But that's where we are. Not all of us, but a lot of us. Like, that's where we are in our thinking. Is that automatically you think negative? Automatically you think hurt? You think pain? You think,
But see, that's why when I was talking about spending the energy to even deal with that kind of hate and that anger all the time, not only you got to think about the power in energy. And I know people really, really think that I'm well, a lot of people buy into it, but a lot of people think that that's crazy when other people say that. But it really is. You really literally can change your circumstance based on your mind. So if you spending so much time thinking about everything that is wrong, it's the law of attraction. Then that's what you're going to keep attracting, that drama in your life.
I've never understood how a bunch of racists can meet in the woods and have a barbecue all weekend saying, kill Jews, kill all niggers, kill all... Like, you ain't got nothing better to do than talk about kill niggers all day.
That's it.
I mean, really?
That's it.
That's what you came up here for all weekend?
That's
to
it.
kill niggers.
And it's men leaving their women and children.
That's just crazy to me. Like, get a life. I'm literally thinking, you need to get a life. Because if that's all you're doing, you don't have a life.
There's so much to do.
Yeah.
There's so much to do.
Even if you don't like black people, just go help somebody do your
Right.
race do something.
Right.
Or go move in an area where it's...
You just don't got to deal with them.
Right, because there are a lot of areas like that.
That's where them people came out the backwoods to vote for Trump.
Them
areas.
Well, I got to say this, X. They voted for that Negro everywhere. It wasn't no out in the backwoods. It was everywhere. The West
Let me
Coast
ask y'all this real quick.
West Coast rep, California, they like, hey, we did our part. We shut him down. It blew all up and down here.
Yeah.
But the rest of y'all kind of dropped the ball.
Y'all did this.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this. Dang, I forgot.
Well, hurry, man.
I know. I forgot. I can't.
Look, I'm gonna do. Is this your wrap up? Nah.
Dang.
Nah, her take way long. You want to just wrap it
You
up
and
for us?
all your dang on one-liners, and you know I get. It don't.
No, you get down
Yeah,
on the wrap up.
you can. You can
No,
wrap
for
it up
real,
for all
it'd
of
be
us. Go. 5
Now you
minutes.
trying to fix it.
No, I'm not.
Y'all, you got jokes,
No,
huh?
I'm gonna
Go
give,
5 minutes,
I
huh?
give you my wrap up in 30 seconds. It ain't take me.
I give
I'm
you
not
mine
even
in
gonna talk
10.
long. I'm just gonna do
No,
like
do
Russell
you.
Simmons. God bless y'all.
God bless-
Good night.
God bless you. Good night. Look, I'm just saying. This is all I'm saying. I'm gonna wrap it up just like this. Our president is a racist. He's evil.
Idiot.
Everybody needs to be against him.
Everybody
I hope he gets impeached.
impeached.
This Vegas shooting thing, I still don't know what to make of it.
Confused.
We just hypocritical in this country. Like,
Yeah.
now this guy just gunned down all these people, and he's still not a terrorist. I
Right.
mean, what you trying to
So
fight?
what's the definition
you're
of a
fighting blacks,
terrorist?
you're fighting, Hispanics and Muslims. You're against everybody in the world. But look, I think, and I don't want to say this because people died, but that was just really poetic justice that our president has insulted every race on the planet.
Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then a white man is the one who guns all these people.
500 plus
So,
white people.
It's like telling him, man, you need to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else you can say about minorities or terrorists or anything.
Not
because
after that.
It just showed you that it has nothing to do with color
Right.
and religion.
People.
and-
It's people.
It's just people. It's evil versus. It ain't about color.
It's people. You need to bring the country together.
And all of these football players clowning for these fans. These fans don't care nothing about you. I've always said that even before all of this came up.
Mm-hmm.
Our people go and we entertain. I get they get paid, yeah, but I don't like clowning and
Tap
to me it's
dancing.
cooning.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
tap
exactly
dance
what
for
it is.
nobody.
Right.
Man, do your job, get your paper,
And
and
keep it
realize
moving.
that them same people, and they even booing you now
Right.
at the stadium. So
Right.
you know how they feel about you outside the stadium. So you got to think of yourself as
That's
one of
more than
us
30
who
seconds.
they don't know, and start conducting yourself like that. Spell 30 seconds.
I'm with you. G.
Really?
Oh, go ahead. Teach.
You were awesome.
Go ahead, teach.
You said it all.
No, I didn't. I said what I had to say.
I think Lotus gonna say it all, but you
She ain't got nothing.
you
Lois.
open
Come
it
on.
up.
She ain't got nothing.
You opened it up. Peace,
Thank-
love, and happiness.
Thank y'all for coming. God bless y'all. Good night.
She talked the
Peace.
whole show when she shouldn't have been. Now it's
Peace.
time. She gonna say.
Peace, love.
She had the most to
and
say tonight,
happiness.
didn't she?
Yes. And ain't got a cup in front of her. Go
Who you talking
Lois.
about? He talking about you?
No, he talking about you.
Go ahead, X.
I'm good. We good.
Nah.
I think you did that.
You did.
I can,
No,
but
I
I
did.
think you did that for
Every
real.
time I do that, you still
You-
have your
you-
own.
I don't have to
But
though.
you- but
I
you
wasn't-
did, though.
I wasn't
You-
wrapping it up for us.
You hit all the points.
For me. But y'all don't feel
For
exactly
us.
how I feel.
Okay, so
Lois,
my
you
final
know you got
thoughts.
something
My
to
final thoughts are: pay attention to what's going on. Don't be caught up in the trickery. Don't get caught up in all the drama of it, the negativity, all the conspiracy theorists and all of that. Study to show yourself approved. Get to know your own people and understand that we are living in times where we have to. It is not even a choice anymore. We have to support our own people because we get ready. It's bad now, but it's gonna get worse. That's just what that is. We're gonna come out, but it's going. Excuse me, producer. It's gonna get worse, and we need to make sure that we prepare ourselves, and we can't just do it with talk. We really have to unite. We do have some power. If we brought all the groups together that are attacked by the president of the United States, and we brought all those individuals together, and that does include some of the white folks who know what's going on, and the reason it includes them is because he's attacking them when it comes to the bills that he's trying to pass. It's so many bills and stuff that's being passed behind the scenes that we don't know nothing about, and the reason we don't know nothing about it is because we so caught up in this drama that he's putting out there, and they making moves that's changing our lives while we caught up on this reality show of a White House. So while that's going on,
voter registration laws,
all of that stuff is changing.
Everything.
All of that stuff is changing.
Welfare systems.
All of that stuff is changing. So you got to pay attention to what's really going on, and it is time. We ain't got no more time to waste. We out of time. We past time. We got to unite. So that's all I got for tonight. Thank y'all for hanging with us. We out. Peace.
That was long.
Good.
Ay. And this is that underground, that basement shit, yeah. This for my little sister, my mother, first place, and all my brothers, straight up. Oh yeah. Blessings to family, poverty let me see honor in those who care for me. The city stuck on my shoulders, I hold it carefully. I do this shit for my soldiers who want the best for me. This is a ghetto melody. Fuck them niggas who slept on me, and fuck them bitches who come and kick it and call me gifted. When I was timid, they acted distant cause I was different. But now you see me growing up and y'all don't wanna miss it. A little ironic, I'm smoking that chronic. Yup, I'm rubbing hypnotic, I'm feeling iconic. Yup. So me and that kid, we gon' get it. Me and Andre, we gon' get it. As long as you stay consistent, as long as you making a difference, as long as you dream, you can wake up and live it. This that new home, back and forth between two homes. Neither one of them yours, but you tell your girl this your new home. Really, she know you're lying, but deep inside you are trying. So when it's your turn to shine, she'll tell you what's yours is mine. Yeah. Really, I'm kidding, no, really, I'm not. Really, I'm stuck, guess I'm stuck in a box, trying to bite off the lock. I'm eating these pieces instead. Wanna feed these streets, really all I need is a piece of bread. But bet, if I'ma change for the better. I love the sunshine, but it can't shine forever. If ever it should rain, we'll get rained on together. Cause you have been a friend to me. You have been a friend. This for the kids from the mill to Chicago. The present is a gift, but the kids are tomorrow. I'm trying to make sense of a world full of sorrow. So promise you'll be there for me. I promise I'll be there for you. If I'ma change for the better. I love the sunshine, but it can't shine forever. If ever it should rain, we'll get rained on together. Cause you have been a friend to me. You have been a friend to me. This for the kids from the mill to Chicago. The present is a gift, but the kids are tomorrow. I'm trying to make sense of a world full of sorrow. So promise you'll be there for me. Now everybody say rags to riches, do rags to riches. I know I could get it if I push it to the limit. I say rags rags to riches. Rags to rags to riches. I know I can get it if I push it to the limit. Ayy, rags to riches. Rags to rags to riches. I know I can get it if I push it to the limit. Ayy, rags to riches. Rags to rags to riches. I know I can get it if I push it to the limit. Ayy, if I'ma change. Hey, y'all remember? And it's alright, I'll never change. And let's bring it back, let it be right. Just let it rain. Good times must rise. And promise you'll be there for me. Sometimes I'll be there for you. This for the kids. You can't be afraid to be yourself. The present is a gift. That's the only way you can ever be real. Trying to make sense of them. So promise. And that's that underground basement shit. That basement shit. Coming to you live. The 817 to the 414. You know?